Nebraska and Cincinnati, neutral cider, week one. We got a preview. We got a prediction. We are getting into it, friends. Just a quick disclaimer. I'm not an expert. I'm not a Vegas insider. Just a man who loves college football, wants to come on here, give you my opinion. So we're going to preview it just a little bit, and then I'll give you my prediction here at the tail end. We'll keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it simple. Let's do it, baby. Neutral site, again, can't stand them. Now, it is cool that it's at Arrowhead, but this game should be on a campus, as should nearly 99% of college football games. With that being said, Nebraska is favored -6.5 in this football game. Not surprising. Could be closer than some people think it should be, but Cincinnati's a good football team that started hot last year. Now, they tailed off a little bit, but I like what Scott Satterfield's doing. I love their quarterback, Brennan Sorsby. This is a good team. They got a nice little fusion of transfer portal talent. They're going to be competitive, and they're going to come out, and I think they could shock some people, all right? Again, this line, I could see it wavering both ways, but we'll get to my prediction. Let's start with Nebraska. It's year 3 for Matt Rule. This is the year, right? This is when it all happens. I've already done a preview and breakdown on this, so I won't hit too hard on that, but inevitably, right, this is where we think, hey, this is go time, baby. It's Matt Rule's time to shine. Dylan Raiola, it's his second year. Now, under Dana Holgorsen on the offensive side of the ball. If you don't know Dana Holgorsen, household name in college football, coached some great quarterbacks, coached great offenses at West Virginia. I really like what he's going to do with this offense, and it starts with Nazia Hunter and Dane Key at the receiver position. Those two transfer in. Those are two lethal weapons for Dylan Raiola. He needs that. Now, his legs are a factor too, so that's something I want to watch for, is how much chaos can those two create for that Cincinnati secondary, and how much space could that possibly free up if they really have to drop back and cover 3 quarters, anything like that? Does that create a lot more breathing room for that run game as well as Dylan Raiola's legs to get going? I look for that O-line to push. They're an experienced offensive line. I love that run game. I think Nebraska's offense will be fine. Now let's talk about Cincinnati's defense, all right? CJ Murray on the edge is going to be the player to watch for. He's going to have to get in the backfield and really disrupt things for Dylan Raiola. If they give him time, with Nazia Hunter and Dane Key, the speed that they have, it will be a long night for that Cincinnati defense. They have to get pressure. They have to stop the run, all right? A lot of new faces in that secondary. That's exactly why I say that. The defensive line, the weight of the game is on their shoulders, all right? Let's talk about Cincinnati's offense now. We flip over. Brad Glenn, offensive coordinator, has a little bit of experience. He's been there now since 2023 when he was appointed. Brennan Sorsby, how much production do they get out of him? I'm high on Brennan Sorsby, man. I like the dual threat ability that he does pose. I think he's got a good arm. He's accurate, and he's a smart quarterback. That's what I love about him. All right. Now, Tawi Walker, running back that transfers in, he's going to be big. Cincinnati has to be able to effectively run the ball. We know how good Nebraska is at defense. They always have been. I think they always will be. It is just a staple of Cornhusker football is that they will be tough, they will be physical, and they will plug gaps. They're going to have to be able to throw the football. All right. Caldwell and Goody, the 2 transfer receivers out wide, those guys got to get open. They got to create plays and give Brennan Sorsby a chance. That offensive line is going to have to hold strong. Nebraska's got a very talented defensive line. Now let's move to Nebraska's defense. 3-3-5, one of my favorite defensive formations. I absolutely love the physicality and the strength that Nebraska plays with. Dasan McCullough, man, one of the biggest transfer portal gets in my opinion. I love Dasan McCullough. When you watch his film, he's physical, he's fast, he makes plays all around the field. He's going to be the X factor for me on that Nebraska defense to cause havoc. Again, I always say create chaos. There's nothing better a defense can do. That's exactly what Nebraska aims to do in this game. How does the secondary hold up? A lot of experience back there. Tons. I think that secondary, if that defensive line can get enough pressure, again, create that chaos, I think the Nebraska secondary will hold firm and be fine. Let's get to the prediction here. Again, line sits at -6.5. I'm just going to say I think Nebraska wins this thing outright. It's a neutral cider. Year 3 Matt Rule, Dylan Raiola's got a lot of swagger coming in. I'm really eager to see what Dana Holgorsen does with that trio of Dane Key, Nazia Hunter, and Raiola. I do love Scott Satterfield, though. This is a sneaky good Cincinnati team. That, again, they started hot last year and kind of tailed off. They dipped heavy in the portal. They're going to be competitive, so I'm not even going to touch the line on this one. I don't even want to touch it. We've seen Nebraska severely underperform in games where we think they should come out and roll. But I am going to take the Huskers to win this thing outright. I'm not touching the line. So with that being said, friends, I appreciate you tuning in. If you disagree, let me know. Nonetheless, man, this one's Thursday night, so we are really close to this one. I am fired up, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you.